I'm 56 years old and I'm here to share my journey of change. For 30 years, I was a video editor. I worked in broadcast TV, national advertising, corporate videos, you name it. If it involved editing, I've done it. I built my career, earned the respect of my peers, and got used to the rhythm of the industry. But last year, everything changed. I lost my job due to ageism. A younger, cheaper replacement came in, and just like that, I was out. What stung the most wasn't just the job loss, it was the fact that I wasn't even considered for an interview after all those years. That silence was deafening. For months, I sat in that silence. I spent time mourning the loss of my job, but it was more than that. I was mourning the loss of a career that I had poured my heart and soul into. I had invested so much, built a life around it, and then it was just gone. I've been through a lot in my life, but this was different. It wasn't just about me anymore. My kids were getting ready for college, and here I was, stuck, unsure of what came next. The reality hit hard. If I wanted to keep moving forward, I needed to pivot. And let me tell you, that wasn't easy. For months, I watched the industry change, and I realized I wasn't just out of a job, I was out of sync with where things were heading. AI was moving in, and seasoned workers like me were getting replaced, sometimes without so much as a second thought. I wasn't the only one. I knew others, longtime editors and creatives who were facing the same thing. AI wasn't the future, it was the present. But here's the kicker. I had to face the fact that I wasn't just stuck in another industry that was evolving. I was stuck in my own fear. I was comfortable in my old ways, and that comfort was keeping me from seeing what was possible. I had to do something. So I made a decision. At 56, I hadn't taken a test in 30 years. I was terrified. I thought, what if I'm not sharp enough? What if I'm too old to go back to studying? I was filled with self-doubt. But then I realized something. This was my chance to prove to myself that I could still learn, still grow. I could still be the student I was in my 20s, but with more purpose, more grit. I was doing this for my family, for my future. I threw myself into studying, pouring hours into preparing for my licenses, and let me tell you, I became a better student than I ever was before. I aced those exams. In just 5 months, I went from someone who had been laid off with no clear direction to a licensed trader at a broker-dealer. It wasn't easy, and there were moments I wondered if I was making the right choice. But looking back, I see now that every tough moment was worth it. I started from the ground up, taking a job in customer service so they'd pay for my training and tests. I wasn't making much, but I was building something. Slowly, step by step, I earned my place in this new world. I learned everything I could about finance, about markets, and about myself. I've never been more determined. And now, after a few years of working my way up, I'm about to reach a point where I'll be making as much as I was in my old editing job, maybe even more. It's not just about the money, though. It's about the fact that I'm thriving again. I'm not just surviving, I'm growing. If you had asked me a year ago if I thought this was possible, I'd have been doubtful, but now I know. This change was one of the best decisions I have ever made. I should have made the switch sooner. It wasn't easy, no. The transition was messy, filled with doubt and frustration. There were days I wondered if I was doing the right thing, but you know what? It was worth it. If you're sitting there right now, feeling stuck or unsure about the future, I want you to hear this. It's never too late to change, to take that leap, to reset your story. Don't let age or fear or anything else hold you back. You're never too old to learn, to grow, to do something that challenges you. The choice is yours. For me, making that change, pushing past my fears, and starting something new, that's when I reset my story.